Hello, Sean Rat here, back with another video. Today we'd be looking at the Trackfab Autobello Buggy. It is based off the Autobello Piccolina. So we will spawn in an Autobello Piccolina and look at the similarities and differences between them. They have the same wheelbase and engines, because they both use rotaries. But the Piccolina looks much older, and the Baja is American, and this one is Italian. But other than that, there really isn't that much different. You can see they use the exact same engines, this one and the Baja. This is the model of the Trackfab Autobello Buggy. So, the Trackfab Autobello Buggy has two configurations, the Baja configurations and the track configurations. Baja configurations are made for off-roading, so we'll take it to off-roading. The stock Baja is pretty good at off-roading, and you can even do it with 3 wheels. You can hit pretty big jumps and keep on moving. That one was a bit too big for it, but that was a pretty big jump for any people, so. And it's not like it's that awful using it with 3 wheels either. It's not even that bad. But the stock Baja is pretty slow, and I don't really like it, so we'll move on to the next one. The next model is the Baja Sportsman, which is made to go through rough desert trails at high speed. This variant combines long travel suspension with a modified 1500cc motor attached to a manual gearbox. This one is the faster version of the normal Baja. So this one has the exact same suspension setup, but has a 1500cc motor. So it's just a bit faster. We'll head on one of those hills, see if it can do off-road. I suspect it can do pretty good. It is the Baja version after all. West Coast USA is probably the perfect map for these vehicles. Make it uphill. It might be able to make it uphill. It has failed. So this engine is pretty powerful, but not that powerful. It's still a pretty weak engine. There's still much to be desired from this. It's a dead end down there. But the next variant of the Baja is a bit more powerful, so we'll take a look at that. Trackfab Buggy, Baja Modified. Made to go through rough desert trails at high speed, this variant combines long travel suspension with a heavily modified 1500cc motor attached to a sequential gearbox. So this one has a bit more modifications made to the 1500cc motor, getting a bit more horsepower out of it, and the car overall will just be more pleasant. The suspension setup and everything else is still the same body panels and stuff. By the way, this thing does have working lights and pedals and a beam navigator inside. The shifter though does not move. This thing still is powerful, but again, it's not the most powerful Trackfab Autobello Buggy. The most powerful one is in the street configurations, but it can climb pretty steep hills, like you're seeing here. is an expectational off-roader. No, I mean exceptional. That's dumb. It is an exceptional off-road vehicle. But there is one variant that is a bit stronger than it, and that is the Baja Turbo, which is the same thing, but with a turbocharged 1500cc engine. So this one is by far the fastest, and, for an extra kick, some nitrous. This car is very powerful. This is the second most powerful car in this, probably. So, this one can go through everything with ease. Has a nice beefy suspension like the last configurations. And is overall a very good off-roader. Unlike the weaker models, this one can climb over more steep gradients, and it's the funnest to drive because it's the fastest. We'll throw it off the cliff, then we'll look at the street versions. And the J-beam of this car is pretty strong. The Trackfab did a good job making the J-beam look realistic in crashes. So now we'll go back to where we spawned and take a look at the street versions. So this is a street, the normal street version. It has the weakest engine and is the weakest car. And this is what they say in the description. This is basically an entry-level track car. So if it's like you just joined a racing scene, you can take this car and use it as your car. It'll be very weak, but you can upgrade it over time, and the next model shows it being upgraded. This one's pretty boring to drive, so I'm not going to be driving it for that long because it's very slow. But it is still pretty fast. It's not that slow, but it has a weak motor, so I'm gonna go to the next version. So the next version is the Street Modified, so it's a bit better, and it has a 1500cc engine and sport tires. So this one is quite powerful compared to the normal Street version. It's not that much more powerful, but it's still pretty powerful. And this one, I could say it would be a pretty good track car. Do a 360 there. So we're on the circuit. We might head into the city, I guess. Why not? But this is a pretty fast car. Oh. But it's still not the fastest. This is a mid-range car in the if we're talking about the power of these cars, this one's only mid-range. There's some that are more powerful still, which is what we'll be looking at next. The next one is called the track version of the Autobello Buggy. So this one is one that is made for high-speed racing. So this one has a modified 1500cc engine, and it goes, again, a bit faster than the street-tuned version of the Autobello Buggy. This one has a track suspension, so it is more stiff, and it has racing slicks. It has racing slick tires. You can get pretty powerful and grippy. There is a one last configuration of this car, and it is the most powerful configuration by far. And that definitely has to be the speed machine. Speed machine is insane. It has the nitrous, and it has a turbocharged 1,500cc engine. This thing's quite fast. Just on the straightaways. I might take it out to the highway, because that'll get a lot of speed. And these cars I always think more of as drag cars. They don't have good handling. Their handling's usually pretty weak. So if you were gonna have this car, I would say I'll use it as more of a drag car instead of a racing car. Sorry about that, do not enter sign. Yeah, this one goes pretty fast. Alright, now we're on the highway. Floor it here. Oh yeah, we'll go on the bridge. And we'll crash at the end of the bridge. Take a little damage. This thing will probably get to 150, 160. We'll use slow-mo. 100 times slow-mo probably would be good. It's gonna launch off this little lip. It's gonna fly upwards, going 160 miles an hour into the wall. The back of the roll cage holds it upright quite well, but the front has nothing in it, so it gets obliterated. Speed it up a bit. Somehow it still works. I have no idea how. Oh, now it just died. But this car is destroyed. There's a little bit of weird spiking with the J-beam right here, but it was a really fast crash, so I can understand that. And if you were in this car, you would be dead. Yeah, you would be impaled by your steering wheel. So that is basically all I have to say about this car. If you like this car and want me to make more mod videos on, or want me to make more mod videos on Beamng.Drive, stuff like that, leave a comment down below and ask me what you would like to see, like a mod or something. Maybe you want to see a King of the X review or a mod for the Roamer, because I can find those, I can make those. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you have a good day, and stay safe, and I'll see you guys next time. Well, that wasn't supposed to happen. That was a glitch.